Good morning, YouTube. It is Saturday. Uh, like I told you, I would be having you get to see all the good times, the bad times, and da 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 da. Us being this late, it's because this not a good day. But I'm here because I said I would be here. I said I would show you guys all of it. So yeah, I'm having a struggling day. I didn't sleep last night. I can naturally get up at 2, and sometimes I fall back asleep, sometimes I don't. But that's my schedule, is 6 to 2. The hardest part is trying to stay up past 6 p.m. That's when, yeah, we'll make it through. I mean, that should make it easier to go through anything. All right, I'm getting the Sacred Circle Tarot deck out by Anna Franklin, illustrated by Paul Mason. And I'm not affiliated, it's just what I'm using. Me showing you that book isn't trying to sell that book, it's trying to let you know that this is a tarot deck that I'm using. I don't know if I've ever disclaimed that before. Probably not. Okay. Yeah. I have a particularly thick incense stick that doesn't want to stay lit. I don't know if it's too moist. Just to say the word moist. I am Lady Caren on your Wise One channel. Truly, I am blessed by the goddess. To be where I am today, I don't think I'd make it this far without divine help. I bet you God and Goddess themselves to, rearrange the cosmics just to get to this point. So I can't give up now. Listen to Biden's speech on why he should go so big with the finances. Interesting. It's not bad at all. He's not wrong. If we hadn't been in such a mess in the first place, probably wouldn't have to spend so much money. It'd be easier. It was because we, let things accumulate in the country. We have to take responsibility for that. Even if it's not our fault, we still have to figure out what to do about it. Yeah. So we have to take care of our own financial, personal finances, be able to scrape by. And I find a lot like when I was younger, if somebody asked, "Did you need something from the store?" I'd have to feel weird about somebody buying something for me. And now I don't feel that weird about it anymore, like friends, family, or buying something for me. But now I'm in I don't really need it. I'm trying to get stuff sold, liquidated. I don't think they understand that either because they're not sitting financially the way I am. So, yeah, they are my attachment to stuff. Don't get me wrong. I was in the dollar store last night looking for chopsticks to eat with because it's better than the affiliation I have with that affiliation. With metals, how much it hurts, and it still shocks and surprised me. And I'm like, this has got to be something that's inside my head. This headache, the extra plaque that forms just exactly where I put the sucker. Yeah. Has got to be inside my head. Let's get this card out. This is the fun part. So let's get the fun part in. All right. We have success, 6 of Wands. All right. Yeah. Okay. Six of Wands. 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 I love wands. I use a Harry Potter wand. My sister got me a Harry Potter wand. I had a wand before and I gave it away, not knowing what I had. But yeah, I mean, like this, the fact that I have this aversion to metal, the fact that I have this pain or this weakness and the fatigue and the muscle and the joint soreness with handling metal and handling electronics is, and I sit there and I use a Harry Potter wand. It's like I use that in conducting. I don't know if it's to me or from me or whatever. With the low iron that I have with the anemia, king of wands. We don't want king of wands. We want six. It just so the spells that I use the wand for, it's an intriguing result. It is faster. It's a lot faster than the finger, the sword, or the other one. Um, or, like the using the dagger. Using the dagger is an interesting result too. The Athens. So, but wands are fascinating when you use the extension of a wand in your spell work. Uh, it tends to, I want to say, resonate differently, especially when there's like electronics to make the cute little Disney World things go. So it's not an uncommon one, and it's not made with natural material that you'd find out in the forest. You'd have to mine for it, you'd have to create plastic. And the authentic energy that you get off of a wand that you create, that you find in the forest, that calls to you all this stuff, and is beautiful. You can really feel empowered. You can feel that magic, and it has that wisp of allure. And when I use the plastic synthetic one, it has a different like flavor to the spell. And we like to say no, 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 no. And I would I would be the first to say, don't you dare use plastic in your spell if you can avoid it. And here I am using this wand. And but the thing is, it's a me thing. Do what's good for you, do you do, that weird phrase that's going on. It's a me thing. I don't understand it, but intuitively taking a wand that was gifted to me, um, I understand that I'll probably have a new wand someday and a better wand, and my spells will go differently. But it's not like my spells go wrong, and it's not like my spells don't work. They work. I have seen the results. But with the plastic wand, it's intriguing. It's like a whole new recipe. Sit there like if you took grits. It's the fascinating part is I found out you could do grits savory, like with bacon and butter and, like a meaty savory dish or a vegetable dish or a meat and vegetable dish with your grits. And you can have them for dinner and you can have them for breakfast and they kind of go with stuff. I didn't know. I thought grits were supposed to be like with syrup and sugar or something. Younger and I was trying to avoid that. But yeah, it just, you can do different things. So you want to use more Mother Earth because especially when you commune with Mother Earth and you commune the uh, with the elements, these beautiful elements. It doesn't make the stuff in the wand any less element for me. It's just me using it is some bizarre exception. I don't understand it. I'm just going with it and it's working. I don't understand how it works. It does. I'm going with it. I don't, I would be the first to like shun somebody. I would be the first looking at me as somebody else would shun me. I would be like, no, you can't use that fake little Disney sucking. I'm like anti-Disney even. if I can, be it. I love the people who love Disney, but I mean, I am anti-modern Disney. If I can, you know, I'd rather they have more value than fluffy feely stuff. But I'm off track. Like I said, I'm not having one of those good days. I ate a whole bunch of junk food, a whole bunch of sugar, and now I understand why I avoided these things in the first place. My sister's so sweet. She brings food, and I'm like, but we have food. I'm like, but we have food. I just got into the cooking, and I've gone through the whole process of, you know, I'm going to cook until it's better, or I'm going to make a reason that, I'm going to get away from going out to eat. And for her, it's great. She's having a great time. She can afford it. It's her thing. It's generating. She loves to generate the economy, and she's able to do that. And kudos. But so then, like, it put up like a pizza, and donuts, and all this stuff, and I'm like, eh. For me, I'm just like, eh. It's amazing how you can love somebody so different, and you can have these differences, and they don't really mesh together, but it's worth having together in your life. And it's just as much as I love her, and as much as I would love to occasionally, once in a big, 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 big blue moon, eat a pizza or a big, 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 big blue moon. I'm like, I also got takeout last night. Like, it was Thai. It was good. It was, yeah. My daughter likes the egg drop soup, the Thai egg drop soup with the cabbage in it. She just loves it. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, my dad was, for him, it was probably easy because it was so late. And cooking was probably, we got all of our errands run. Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, yeah, tonight was. I made my first $25. That's probably another reason why we have success in here. I should read the success card. Yeah, a lot of sugar that makes that attention deficit disorder go, "Meow," and a lot of like feel like manic go, "Meow," and like deprivation go, "Meow," and it's just not that calm, balanced feeling that I've grown accustomed to in the short amount of time that I've had such short, balanced times. Um, I don't feel good about a lot of things. And it's like, oh, you felt good. Like, let's hit you with actual, that numbness kind of went, that anger. Like, I left that anger kind of just like dissipated, and just like those thoughts and those emotions. And I'm sitting there in them. I really got to put the camera here. Like, I want eye contact with you. Uh, yeah. Six of Wands is a good news card and indicates that after lot of hard work and difficulties, I've had a lot of difficulties. I don't feel like it's been a lot of hard work. I feel like I've been so disabled that I haven't had a, the ability to achieve hard work. And it's just, I've been taking it like easy. And I was thinking, I was harder on myself for taking it easy, taking advantage of the fact that there were people there to support me. And I was trying to, like, come on, that's enough, like, sitting and healing. And I was trapped in this, I can't move, I can't do. I'm like sitting there, come on, let's do stuff, let's move, let's get off your lazy ass and move. But get, I couldn't get out of it. I couldn't get out of it. And then I moved out of the house, and I changed the diet, and I did the exercise, and I started to feel good, and I started feeling really good. And the anger is like, oh, you feel good. Okay, now you're safe enough to have emotions. And that anger, I don't know if it was my talk through the last couple of weeks, just that anger that I had, that rod of hate. It was just like that. I'm like, that's really not me. I mean, like, I've never had this in my life. I'm like, where is this coming from? The best thing to do is like to call a grief counselor to get this out to somebody who's trained to help you. And you really want to, talk to a professional because people in life don't do this anymore. If they used to, I don't know. But I mean, people in your life, they have more problems than you do, and they don't need to hear this. They can't handle it. They have so much on their plate. They can't handle it, and we're so disassociated from each other the way our society is now built. Um, really, we treat children like they're in the way if they're out in social gatherings or you have to go to a specific child friendly, this is for your kid, it's not anything's child friendly, and maybe they should post, oh, this is really isn't for kids. It's they have to post, this is for kids, for you to be able to take your kid to it practically. Otherwise they're not accepted, at least for where I'm at, from what I've seen and how I interpreted my experiences. And again, I can touch a deficit disorder. Let's get this out of the way so we can address these other issues that are bubbling up. All right. This can mean that you have gained some qualifications, a promotion at work, have won a race you trained for, or has exhibition of your paintings, or performance your music in public to general acclaim. The fire of the swallow is the breath fire that lies in the center of the home. It provides warmth, comfort, and means of preparing food. The swallow heralds a time of domestic harmony and stability. So as long as I keep working towards having a good home, we'll get there, I just have to keep on that. On the spiritual level, for our on the spiritual level for our ancestors, the breath of fire also is the axis Monday Monday of the house, through which the spirits could travel to the other world. The fire of the swallow is the riot, right? Not the fire that burns and consumes, but the fire that warms and nurtures the spirit. Swallow teaches the lesson of transformation of the spirit by fire and can lead you into the realms of pure joy. For though the spirit must sometimes be tempered, tempted by hardship, it must also be kindled by ecstasy. Tempered? It's supposed to be tempered or tempted? Tempted? Tempted. Tempered. It's tempered by hardship. Also kindled by ecstasy. Did you have a question? Did you want to ask a question on the tarot? I mean, like, one card tarots? But yeah, if you guys have questions, this for you. This show is for you. And it's just, yeah. But, I do know that if you have an emotion, you should own it and release it, whether or not you decide to act on it. But yeah, it is Saturday. Sleep until noon if you could. And I've got to work. I've got to get things going and moving. I made my first $25 yesterday. I still had a shelf. I just got to finish selling everything else and working on things and getting things going and doing all that I can and just keep at it, promoting and getting rid of stuff. Just get rid of more and more stuff. Liquidate more and more stuff. People think get rid of them, they just want to throw away. But yeah, I find it fascinating. Liquidate into the financial wealth. So I paid for the vehicle that I used for that $25. And the 5 goes to the phone. And then I'm like, I still have to pay off debt. My phone bill is going to be, uh, I changed it early because he wanted off the phone bill instead of waiting till the date that the bill was due, which you only have to pay something like once. So it's more expensive if you switch in the middle of your plan. But I'm willing to bet. Be like, bye, mofo. He just can't wait to get rid of me. I'm just in his way. Just whatever. Bye. Eh, he's happier without me. That's the important part. As long as my kid, sees a happy dad, has a happy mom, that's all that's important. Is that kind of happiness, like true sustaining happiness, that fulfillment, that a part that softens your voice and leads to not comfort so much as how do I put this? That intangible, that undefined, you know, okayness. Just yeah, I have to keep selling, keep things going, keep writing. I may not make that much money from the book, but if writing, do something with what you love, I gotta try for it, man. Writing, I got that gift. I gotta hone it into a talent. I gotta spend time with that gift, spend time with words, keep writing, keep drawing, keep being creative, get that practice, creative flow in. Uh, don't give up. I would say it gets better. It just gets different, and you have to figure out what your better is and how you want to react to how your life is and how you want to feel about how your life is, because those are your choices. What do you want to do with what happened to you? What do you want to do with what you know is about to happen from experience in the past? If you know a bill is coming up, how do you want to pay it? How do you want to, you know, if you know, this has happened before and it's due to happen again, you know, I can rely on it, then yeah, be financially successful just by, uh, I, I'm going to quit going out to eat. I'm going to quit letting my dad go out to eat and see if I can set some boundaries to my sister. If she's worried about my dad doing dishes and having to cook, then I can cook and do dishes. That's not a problem. I can offer that. That shouldn't take too much time away from working at home. You know, now that I'm more able to do stuff, it used to be I was so wiped all day long. So there with the phone, I'm wiped. Yeah, I spent way too much time on my phone the last couple of days. It happened. And now I feel like I can put the phone away. That's what I really, I'd like to be able to put the electronics away, put this stuff away, but I want to show you what we're doing when we're not doing the electronics, which is the cleaning, which is the, earning money towards, things. And see if I can pay my debt. Wouldn't that be fascinating? Paying my recurring bills too. That'd be even more fascinating. So we just start with a step. I mean, think about employing visualization. We can do that for tomorrow. Is I can talk about if you use this as a podcast kind of thing, you just stop it and you kind of just listen to it in the background. I will try to narrate more on the visuals, and I will line up some visuals for tomorrow. Um, yeah, let's see here. Uh, that's a plan that I can get into. That's more likely than all the other stuff that I was working for that wasn't. It was like barren soil. I kept trying to plant in something that wouldn't grow in sandy soil into sandy soil. I was just planting the wrong work and the wrong energy. And yeah, I have this love and this care and this all this energy for something that's just not there. And the work and the devotion and all this time, and it's like creating a song for an audience that doesn't exist. If you're playing for other people and having like headphones on where you can't hear it, you know, and there's nobody there to play it for, and you're not playing it for yourself, there's no point to playing it because, I don't know, if it's not recorded or something and nobody's going to hear it, listen to it. It's so nice that in the Marvel movies, Iron Man, put out his last wish and all of his last, he put his last moments recorded, and it got to the people that needed to see it. A lot of times I feel like my message, as important as it is, isn't going to the right ears sometimes. And that's what I like about this YouTube, is that if you're the ears that are looking for this kind of message, I can reach you better instead of having somebody who doesn't want to hear it, doesn't want it in the first place. Oh, it hurts. The fact that, watered a plant that hates water, too much water. Like they need a drink maybe once every so often, and I would water every day more than once or twice a day. The wrong kind of water, the wrong pH level of the water, the wrong pH of the soil. And it's just like, it's like putting a mute or a cloth or something, muting my sound bowl when I'm trying to resonate. And just like, I think it's similar to the fact that with my hard of hearing, I have a 70% hearing loss in my left ear. So if I were to look at this and I hear the ding of the computer, my first instinct is, if I'm not thinking about the fact that it came from the computer and I don't know what that sound was, I'm going to look directly behind me because I can't hear direction. And I think that's probably where I'm putting all my love in, and I'm putting all my devotion in to like wrong place, the total opposite direction where it goes. And I was so devoted to the idea that that kind of love can grow the other person who needed it, as well as that other person could support my growth, and that I'd be able to be foundationally stronger for the things that I'm striving for, like to take care of the kids that are in another state and pay those bills, and they need me, or if they do, it feels like they don't need me. It feels like their dad probably told them about all my flaws, which probably isn't wrong, and go ahead and let them judge that I was the opposite of good for them. I don't know. I said, not a good day. But you get this. Because when I have better days, and you watch me have better days, I feel like it's so much better because, you went through this, and I know because I've went through da 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 da, and you can have that better day. We can have those better things. We'll learn from this, and we'll do better. And that's the thing that you guys need. Instead of just watching all these people succeed, which is fantastic, and you can strive towards that success, you're not allowed to. Because I bet you if I've reached a further spectrum, I would hear about my flaws and how bad I am and how much my flaws are such weakness and such horrid things and shouldn't be on this planet. It's not like they were wrong, because they're not. But it's not the only thing. I have all these other good aspects of myself like you do. And you have all these other good aspects that are there. Whether or not you like them, don't like them, whatever, it's factually there for you. Your good parts, the good part of you that you like, that helps you, that makes you grow. And I have to, it's shocking to face, your actual worth and go, I have something that's worth something. And to tell yourself, even when it hurts, that you're worth it because I am worth it, and so are you. And you do deserve love. And you do deserve, I deserve love. And that person, they don't deserve love that they don't feel towards. They deserve love that they feel, that they share with. If they share love for somebody else, they need that love. They need that for who and what they are. And if it hurts to get up because that person doesn't feel the same, don't forget to feel love for yourself, even if you don't feel the same about yourself. You'll eventually realize, as much as it hurts to love yourself and realize that you don't love yourself as much, that it's a garden that has, when you start loving yourself, you actually have, the soil nutrients. You actually have the stuff to make the flowers grow, the plants grow, the trees, the whole ecosystem, the whole root system. And you can't let go of that. You can't give up. Really hard days, they're worth it too. Because you put the effort in to keep going. Sorry. I'm gonna have to let it go. But I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys watching and being on this channel and clicking on your likes and clicking on the subscribes and supporting and just enjoying this show, even if it's not a serious thing for you, even if it's just background noise, and you enjoy it. I'm glad that I'm able to provide that for you because, sometimes you just need stuff going on in the background, noise in the background. Sometimes you just need to hear somebody ramble. Sometimes you need more humor. Sometimes you just need to seriously understand how much you are of value and how much you are loved and how much you can contribute to this world. And on those days, uh, this is a video for you. Don't give up, guys. You guys can do this. If I can do it, you can do it. I believe in you. I love you guys. You guys have a good one. Till the next video.